I don't think in general, but I do think this month is going to be sort of not that important. They're expecting 170,000. It's been 200,000 the last few months. January could come in a bit lower just because we had a cold snap in America, and then you had the LA kind of wildfires, natural disaster. So that'll probably be, it could be a suppressed number. I think what I would look at is the Bureau of Labor Statistics is putting out their revisions for March 2023 to March 2024. Okay. And that number, the expectation is 600,000 to 700,000 decline in expectations. Wow. But if you see a big print like 900,000, which some people are projecting, that could really affect the market.
Get excited if there's a big decline in employment, that magnitude. Could it get excited about more rate cuts to come then?
Right, exactly.
But the Fed, quite rightly, just like the Bank of England yesterday that I was at, needs to be really cautious. Nobody really knows the ramifications of Trump. We can talk about 1,000 other issues, but let's be brutally honest, whether it's on tariffs, on trade, on immigration, they're all going to have a big effect on the US economy and the global economy.
He is intentionally unpredictable. And there is, I like to call it the bluster alert. There is a bit of that because the president has some real powers, but he's not going to get Congress to act on tariffs and pass some new law that's widespread. But I think he's using it as a tool. And I think, unfortunately, what I worry about as an American is that his hard use of tariffs undermines Americans' soft power over time. And so I think maybe some of the inflationary concerns are a bit overstated because he's using it as a threat. But, I think long term it's just not helpful overall.
Can we talk about sentiment around the tariffs? Because the market all along thought this would be a negotiating tactic, got pretty scared that, in fact, we're going to get the implementation of tariffs. It could be the hard trade policy that the market had feared, and now they seem to be somewhat more relaxed and just pushing out into the distance the threat of tariffs. What do you make of how the market is positioned and whether there could be another shock factor coming on tariffs? Well,
with Trump, you never take the under on shock value. So, but no, I think the market is basically just anticipating that this is blusters, this is negotiation. Where I would be cautious on taking that view, and the market may have it not quite right, is that there's two uses of tariffs that Trump is, I think, taking. One is as a trade negotiation. Okay, that's being dismissed or being discounted a bit. But there are some tariffs, like with the EU, for example, where he's doing it to try to level the trading tariffs between the two countries, where cars are higher tariffs than they will be for American imports. So I think there's some areas where it's really trying to even out the tariffs to make them equal, or a perception of equal.